Hey, gang. Okay, so how do you know when it's time to let go and why you should even let go in the first place? In this video, I'm going to walk you through why you let go and how. So today you can let go of whatever you're holding on to. And I know that you would love to continue this process and continue to heal. So drop me a line below and I'll send you my book, Rebel Rising. It has my number one most effective tool that I use with all my clients to heal trauma. And of course, it has my story in there. So drop me a line below. For those of you who don't know me, I'm ESSA Akin. I'm the best emotional well-being coach that there is. I've coached close to 1,000 women over the last 15 years to heal their trauma, to calm their nervous system, and empower them to rise up against the odds being their past. And in every video you get from me, you get at least one actionable item so that you can take back what was taken from you. It's peace, safety, and trust. And in this video, we're going to walk through how to let go and why. Okay, so I know you hear the term all the time, like, let go. It's time to let go. You got to let go of that crap. It doesn't serve you. But how do you even know when it's time to let go? I'm going to give you an easy peasy way to tell. Are you ready for it? Here it comes. Get out your notebooks, your pens and pencils. If it's causing you pain or it is sucking the life out of you, it is time to let go. If it's a pain or if it is taking too much energy from you, it is time to let go. So let me give you, for example, here. I used to live, breathe, eat, die, sleep by guilt. That's right. I used to feel guilty about everything. I used to weaponize guilt against myself. I used to come up with reasons to feel guilty, right? Like there was a part of me that I held on to guilt like it was like my lifeboat because I also identified with guilt and it is what connected me to other people. So I had a lot of reasons to hold on to guilt with a couple of exceptions. It caused me a great deal of pain and it sucked the life out of me every single day. So that's how I knew it was time to let go. So now we're moving on to the how part, right? Because logically we can know, okay, yes, it's time to let go, but how do you do it? First step is tell some truths. Okay. So when it came to guilt for me, and guys, this is just my example for you. You can be holding on to shame. You can be holding on to resentment. You can be holding on to unforgiveness for yourself. You can be holding on to stale relationships or abusive relationships. You can be holding on to a job that is causing pain or draining the life out of you. You can be holding on to all kinds of crap, right? Old belief systems about money, about love, about relationships, about who you are. There's a lot of things that we hold on to. I'm giving you one example. That's my example. It's guilt. So if you were holding on to something else, just fill in the gap for there, right? If yours is not guilt and say it's a stale relationship, insert stale relationship. If it's a job, insert job whenever I say guilt. Okay. So just want to make sure that that's clear. Okay. Moving on to the how, right? So we've established it's causing us pain or it's draining the life or both because that can happen too. And so the how is number one, tell yourself the truth. So when it came to guilt, I needed to tell myself the truth. Number one, I was using guilt. And there's two reasons somebody needs to feel guilty. Number one, because they should, right? If I kicked my dog or I rob a bank or I run over an elderly person, yeah, I should feel guilty for that. But whenever I feel guilty because maybe I stayed in bed a little too long, or I didn't shower today, or I didn't get the dishes done, or I ordered out instead of made dinner, or I feel guilty for somebody I don't even know, I'm just assuming their experience. That's me weaponizing guilt against myself. And that is not useful. And the only reason that I do that is to stay miserable. So the truth is I used guilt to stay miserable because that's what I believed that I deserved. So truth number one, I'm using guilt. Guilt is not necessary. Truth number two is that if I'm not going to feel guilty about, say, not getting the dishes done, then how am I going to feel? Yeah. If you remove guilt from that, I was like, oh, what do I even feel? I can feel at ease. I can feel at peace. I can feel motivated. I can feel indifferent. I can feel all kinds of things. So, truth number two, I have more options I have options. And if you are stuck in a job or stuck in a relationship or dealing with shame or guilt or unforgiveness, you have more options. That's truth number two. And now it's time to take a deep breath, and then we're going to sit with it. Okay. So oftentimes we try to run away from things way too fast. So here's your actionable item for today. It is to sit with it. So I sat with guilt until guilt felt seen, heard, and understood. It's a true story. I would literally sit in my bedroom and I would calm my nervous system. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually literally doing an exercise to calm my nervous system, and I would welcome guilt right into the space. Come on in, oh buddy, oh friend, oh pal of mine. We were besties. Climb on in here. And I would sit with guilt and just create the space for guilt and just welcome guilt. You can stay here as long as you need to. It's not necessary guilt for you to run my day today. I don't have to feel guilty about that. It's okay. I see you. I hear you showing up. It's okay. You're okay with me. You're safe with me. And if I'm telling the truth, right, I've been living with and bonding with guilt for several years, the double digits there. So it took me about 3 days of sitting with guilt to finally realize that guilt didn't have to be with me every moment of every day, and that I could let go. And I felt a sense of freedom from guilt. Now, this doesn't mean that guilt never shows up again for me. It does. But if you have like a job, right? If we're talking about a job, sit with the discomfort and the pain that you are staying in the job, the choices that you're making that keep you in that job, right? Or the relationship. So if it's not a feeling and it's like you're actually going to a place, a job, or a relationship, and you're not letting go of that, then sit with it. This is the nervous system calming exercise right here. Just welcome it in. That crummy job, come on in. You're welcome here. You're safe here with me. And start to recognize why it causes you pain or why it drains the life out of you, and just sit with it and embrace it. Oftentimes we don't let go because we don't have understanding of what it's there for, what the feelings are there for, what they're trying to teach us. And so your best course of action is to just sit with it, welcome it in. And it doesn't take long, right? Again, 30 plus years, maybe in the 40s, I sat with guilt. So it took me a couple of days to sit with guilt. You may only need 5 minutes. Some people I do this with, and we go through the process, and within 10, 15 minutes, they feel free from that which they can let go of, or they could have already let go of a long time ago. So sit with your emotions, sit with your experience, tell yourself the truth, and let go. Until next time.